Happy Valentine, Belinda.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's Lee and Belinda from Chateau Mareuil, somewhere right in the middle of France. Do you know, I can't believe it's 7 weeks since Christmas.
I know, it's gone so quickly.
6 weeks since New Year. But here we are, we find ourselves in the middle of February. We've somehow survived most of the winter. So Valentine's Day, right in the middle of France. So it got us thinking, didn't it, about what does Valentine's Day mean for the French? So Lee, in time-honoured fashion, has been to Google Homeschool and he's done a bit of research. He's going to tell you all about what Valentine's Day means in France.
What do the French do on Valentine's Day? And I thought this was extremely funny, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Traditionally, the French celebrated Valentine's Day with un loterie d'amour. This custom saw single people in France standing outside houses calling out for other singletons until they eventually paired off together.
It's like sort of online dating, but
yeah, it's a ancient medieval form of social media dating. It's a kind of Timber or whatever they call it. I don't know.
So you stand outside your door.
You stand outside your door,
wave at someone.
Holler up, "Hey Juliet, I'm down here. Come and meet me." You know, it was that kind of thing. All of the single women who had been left, i.e. the lovers didn't want them, would then gather to make a fire and burn images of the men that had abandoned them. This ceremony, whilst rather therapeutic for the single women involved, soon got out of hand and was banned by the French government because there were fires cropping up all over France on the 14th of February.
So they abandoned that plan.
So following the French ban, in a much less dramatic way, the French would send Valentine's greetings. The first recorded French Valentine greeting was allegedly sent by the Duke of Orleans, who, imprisoned in the Tower of London, is said to have sent poems and love letters to his wife in France. How decent is that? How nice.
It's charming, isn't it?
Charming thing. So I'm going to send you a love letter later, but I'm not going to be imprisoned. I'm imprisoned in your heart.
You've got a cellar under the kitchen. Could pop you down there.
I could pop you down there to cool off, darling. You know what I mean? This year, Le Village de Amoureux.
Amoureux.
Sorry.
Amoureux.
It sounds like you need to clear your throat, love. Anyway.
My perfect French accent.
Amoureux is hosting a spectacle. A spectacle.
Spectacle.
A spectacle. A spectacular.
Go on,
spectacular.
Sorry about this.
Including the presentation of certificates to lovers, a lunch and a concert engraving hearts for the Tree of Hearts, and the sale of specialty chocolate and jewellery. And I hope that wherever you are, you have the time and the experience to celebrate Valentine's Day together.
So we're all on our own in the middle of France, keep saying that, and so we thought we'd celebrate Valentine's Day in a romantic way. So we've got a special meal planned this evening.
Yeah.
We've set a beautiful table, and we thought you'd just like to see what we're going to do.
We're just going to do it together.
Our preparation. So what are you going to do first?
Well, I was going to help you lay the table, and then I'm not sure what I was going to do. I think you should...
Sounds a bit mysterious to me.
I think you should go up to the cottage because I know you've got a lot of cooking. Actually, Belinda said one of my favourite dishes is beef stroganoff, and what she said she would do is make me a beef stroganoff for Valentine's Day.
Right,
and do you know the other thing I really like is I like a really classic retro 1970s prawn cocktail as well. I know it's hackneyed. I'm not going to
get one of those.
But have you not bought crevette?
No. Oh. No, sorry.
Well, I was hoping for a retro 70s cocktail, but
come on,
that's not going to happen.
Let's crack on.
Okay, we've got a lot of work to do. See you in a minute. Okay, with Valentine's Day approaching, I wanted to make sure I give Belinda a gift of something, and I wanted to make it special because she's been ever so kind. She's always kind to me. And she's offered to make a special meal for our Valentine's dinner. So it's really difficult because we live in a very remote part of France, and to get to prime shopping is about an hour and a half's drive away. And if suddenly I said to her, let's go shopping an hour and a half away, she'd wonder why. If we go to the local shops, which are only 25 minutes away, and I went on the missing list for about an hour trying to find her a present, it would be difficult to explain, because Belinda's got a very fine-tuned radar, and if I go on the missing list she'd want to know where I've been and what I've been up to. So, and obviously I want to surprise her, so I don't want to disclose that. So I thought I'd make something for her. So this part of the video is just literally showing you what I've made for her, or what I'm in the process of making, and I hope you like it. Basically what I've done is picked up a frame. It's got a deep pocket, a deep reveal, and it's literally like a clip frame. So if I undo the clips from it, I can take the parts out of it, and my idea was to redecorate it. So there you go, there's a piece of glass which I'm not going to use. There's the backing plate and the full back part of it, and I'm going to use both of those parts. The frame is not what I would like to use because the colour isn't right. So I started this project a couple of days ago because what I wanted to do is to recover the frame and varnish it to make it a bit more stable, and then to create something nice that goes in the frame. So what I'm hoping to do is show you now what I've been doing. That's my present for Belinda, and she doesn't know because I've been working on this for a few days, and I hope she likes it. It's something she can put on a dressing table, and it's a heart from me to say thank you for all she does for me, and I really appreciate her. Okay.
So Lee, you've been very secretive. What have you been up to over here?
Nothing.
Well, I've been gone.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was just tidying up.
Okay. So, as Lee announced earlier on, he's going to be having one of his favourite din-dins tonight, which is beef stroganoff. And those of you who saw a previous cookery vlog where I was making a tartiflette and a ragout, sausage meat ragout, might remember that I talked about the cookery column that I've got in this local English language magazine called Etc.
Excuse me, it's not local, it's regional.
Sorry, regional, so sorry. Actually it does, it covers a very large part of central France actually now.
Nouvelle-Aquitaine.
It does. So this month, February, is no exception. I do have a food column, and this month it's all about food that's suitable for a romantic Valentine's dinner. So in fact, beef stroganoff does feature in this month's edition, and that's what I'm going to be cooking. And here in front of you, you'll see all the ingredients. I'm going to make this super fast, which is why I've got everything prepped and ready to go. So Lee, in a moment, if you'd like to follow me over to the Arga, I will get going.
Okay.
So I'm working on the gas hob today because I want the heat of this big hob actually to fry the steak off and the mushrooms. So I've just got a knob of butter steak, knob of butter and about half a tablespoon of olive oil in there. So I'm going to bring that to a nice sizzle hot, and then I'm going to add the steak. So the recipe in this month's magazine actually feeds 4 people, so I'm roughly cutting that in half. Although Lee, so typically that would need 200 grams of steak, but in fact I've popped in 300 grams of steak because Lee loves it so much, and I know he'll be doing a taste test before we even get to the dinner table. So, oh, this is hot. Right.
Sorry, that's so male.
Well, I know you are.
No,
I know. I know you can't help it.
Love steak.
I know. So I'm going to pop this, and I've seasoned it. Look, I've got some lovely freshly ground black pepper and some nice crystals of sea salt on there. So
and you can't smell this, but it smells wonderful.
It will do.
All that with a glass of red wine.
Do you know, this is a really good recipe for the both of us, because actually I don't love steak, not really, but I do love it like this. So we get the best of all possible worlds when I do this. So I'm just going to fry that over a high heat until it's nice and browned all over, and then I'm going to take it off and I'm going to add the mushrooms, so I'll see you in a bit. So I'm not going to overcook this because, to be honest, I think we're going to reheat this for later, and we don't want this steak to be overcooked and tough. So I haven't overcooked it. So
I don't want tough steak.
No, so I'm going to whip this out. Actually, I'm going to put it in this bowl because there's blood in that one, of course, because that's where it came from. So just pop that quickly into there, Lee, and then I'm going to cook off the mushrooms in the same way.
Oh, honestly,
if high heat.
Anyone watching this could be in this kitchen at the moment, the smells coming off of there are fantastic. I'm actually getting hungry.
So Lee, do you know, you were talking about St. Valentine's Day in France earlier on.
Yeah.
And just one of the things that I noted when we pulled off that information, the Google homeschool information, was that evidently in France the custom of sending cards isn't as much, you know, as we're used to in the UK. We're used to Valentine's cards are a big tradition in the UK.
Yeah, I think here
Apparently
they actually mean it.
Well, what I did read was that if you do send flowers and or a Valentine's gift, it's not something you do lightly. It's not something you just send to a friend. So, for example, I'm just thinking back in the day when I didn't used to get any Valentine's cards. My mum would send me one. Great. Getting a Valentine's card from your mum.
No one would send you a Valentine's. I sent you Valentine's Day cards.
But anyway,
when we first met, I still do.
Flowers.
I still do send you a Valentine's Day card.
But apparently in France, if you do send flowers or a gift to somebody, it means it's serious. There's serious intent behind it, and it's only done for lovers. Only lovers do that. So be warned. Right, mushrooms all lovely and sizzly. They're cooked off quite nicely, so I'm just going to pop those in there with the steak. I'm going to keep the juices in the pan because I'm going to use those to fry off the shallots. And what we're going to do is make a sauce with the shallots, and I've got some lovely beef stock there and Dijon mustard and tomato puree.
Can I just at this point show the Misty dog?
Oh yeah.
And because one of the things about Argas is animals love them.
They do indeed.
Because all your pets group around the Arga because the warmth from their bones is
Misty's
fantastic.
no exception.
And she's no exception. She's become Misty the Arga dog.
So I'm going to cook the shallots. So I've popped in a bit more butter in there. So I'm going to cook these just for a couple of minutes so they're nice and soft. And then I'm going to add some flour. It's not a lot of flour, actually, half this recipe. So it's only half a tablespoon of flour, plain flour, and make a roux, which is a French word for the beginnings of a sauce, which you make with butter and flour. So it won't be a minute, I'm just going to cook these onions up a bit more. Flour's going in now. Just stir that nicely too.
Is this all part of the roux?
Fine. This is the roux now. So the butter and the flour together. So you need to cook the flour.
Cook flour?
Yeah, it's cooking in with the butter in there.
Can you show us that? Because
I'm not sure of the science. I think it's something to do with releasing the gluten. I'm never quite sure. But there we are. All I know is that when I put that stock in a minute, it's going to thicken up. So that is 150 ml of beef stock. There's that sizzle. There we are. So that's been bubbling away for about 5 minutes. It's all nice and thickened up. I am literally going to add, that is half a tablespoon of tomato puree. And I've got the same of Dijon mustard. And some creme fraiche. And put the steak and mushrooms back in, Lee. And do you know what? Heat it all through and it's done. That's it.
Smelling absolutely fantastic.
Is it.
I am hungry, Belinda.
Well, do you know what I've got?
How long is this going to take?
It won't take very long at all because I've actually made some pasta already. And I've got a very little portion I'm going to heat up.
I don't do small portions, darling.
You will do small portions today, I can assure you. And I'm going to pop in the meat and mushrooms. Sorry, I was saying, just getting so round into my cooking here. There we go. Heat it all through. God, it's looking lovely. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Do you know what, Lee? I was just to stave off your appetite for a few seconds. I was thinking
you can't do that,
I was
Belinda,
thinking about Valentine's Day. In fact, I think it was the first Valentine's Day after we met. So it would have been about seven or 8 months after we met. And I always remember you actually turned up at my work where I was working with a massive bunch of flowers. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
And I think you must have. Were you in Greenwich at the time? Was your office in Greenwich?
Yeah.
And so you travelled to Greenwich.
Greenwich, London.
Yeah, and you came to London I was working just off of Lincoln's Inn Fields actually itself. And you turned up at the office with a huge bouquet of flowers, which was absolutely lovely. And I remember we had lunch together that day.
We did. And for those of you watching that are not familiar with the UK, Lincoln's Inn Fields is really in the centre of London.
Yeah, it's lovely there. Just going to show you how that looks. So it's all nice and creamy. It's all mixed together. Just going to make sure it's hot enough. It smells gorgeous. So I'm going to heat you some pasta in a minute, Lee, and then we'll see you over the other side of the table with a small portion.
I don't do small portions, Belinda.
So there's your small portion, Lee. You can try that in a minute.
Mm.
But I just wanted to show everybody else. So this is going to be our first course later. I plated it up. So this is a little smoked salmon pate, which I made.
Right, I'm going to zoom in on that, so just keep it there.
It's just made with cream, cheese and smoked salmon, lemon juice, the zest of lemons, pepper and a little bit of horseradish in there. And just with a little salad garnish, which I'll dress with some vinaigrette a bit later on. So that's going to be our first course. And Lee, I'm afraid I've cheated horribly for dessert today, and I bought a lovely creamy chocolate mousse for later. I think it's called a liégeois.
Looks lovely, actually.
So
yeah,
come and enjoy your.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want some more parsley, come and enjoy.
I think we might need a glass of red wine with that, Belinda.
Oh, not fizz. Dig in.
Oh yes, it smells delicious.
You can cut that if you like.
Mm-mm. No. Oh. Mm.
That's on a bed of tagliatelle, so I just didn't overcook the tagliatelle. It's cooked al dente.
Honestly, you see these cooking programs and you think This is absolutely delicious, and I'm not kidding you.
You don't have to eat it all, but you probably will. But I'd quite like a taste as well in a minute.
You better get in quick because I'm going to eat this.
Right, I'm coming round. Oh, Misty's just come out.
Misty. Where are you, Misty?
Hello. Come on, Misty.
Ah, Misty
There she
barking, yes.
So here's the lovely Valentine table. What do you think, Lee?
I think it's lovely.
You don't think it's overdone? It's a bit kitsch, isn't it, with all the
Well, there's
jewels.
just the two of us.
But hey ho, you've got to insert some glitter into your life, haven't you, somehow?
I think so.
So, what do you think? What do you say to, before dinner, how about the time-honoured tradition of a glass of fizz?
I think a glass of fizz
I've
would
got
be
one
most acceptable.
Right, I've got one. I happen to have a bottle of fizz right here, just to hand.
Perfect.
So actually, this is one of our favourites, isn't it? It's a saumur. Brut, a dry saumur. So I think I can manage to open this, Lee. What do you reckon?
I think you're more than capable.
I've done
You're
it a
well
few times.
experienced at opening fizz, actually,
Yeah.
Belinda.
Oh well, there you go. Although Lee normally opens this, but I would hate to be incapable of opening a bottle of fizz should the need arise.
While we're waiting for the pop, I just would like to show you our latest artwork that we've bought. Look at that. Look at that.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's called Empty.
Right, hold on. I'm just going to take its cage off. Do you know what? I'm always terrified that when you open the cage...
No, but how often
No, I know.
have you
Once,
opened a
probably.
bottle of fizz,
Once.
taken the cage off and the corks pop? It never ever happens.
I can't do it.
Hang on, I can help. I think I can help with this. Here we go. This is my turn my chance to shine.
I hope you can do it after all that.
Ready? Look.
Yeah, off you go.
Oh!
Pour us a glass then.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody, wherever you are in the world. This is such a lovely opportunity, isn't it, really, just to devote some time to someone you love. Which is exactly what we are going to be doing this evening.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to get
look,
I'm going to get the other side of the camera.
With
I
aplomb.
want us to
Look,
clink glasses.
The cork with aplomb into a champagne bucket.
There's something coming over. There's something.
There's something for
There's
you.
a surprise. I'm not looking. I'm closing my eyes.
It's a special gift. It's for you.
Oh, that's really lovely. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Valentine's Day, people.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are, whatever country you're
Let's
in.
take a quick sip, excuse me. Oh, that is... that really hits the spot. That's absolutely delicious. So before any more of that, hope you've enjoyed our little trip with St. Valentine. Thank you ever so much for watching us. We hope to see you very soon again. And keep subscribing, keep liking, keep telling all your friends and your family, please, because it does help us. And we'll see you very soon. Cheers! Happy Valentine!
Happy Valentine's!
From Chateau Mareuil.